that. And oh my god, I've just seen the hat. That's a beautiful hat. Arcane, like I have a soft spot in them for my heart, but I think Flatearth might take it. I'm on that hype train. I think they're just slightly the better team.
Well, I'll let you know, by the way. I think I probably would agree with that one. I know Arcane's actually give them a run for their money, though. I've played, like, Nevix, for instance, I value as a very, very good support, actually. That hat, by the way, is actually from Carnival. If you're wondering, it was my Space Cowboy outfit. I was an astronaut outfit with the hat.
Oh, beautiful.
There might be some puke left on it. I don't know. Just letting you know. Anyways, let's drop in a game. See how this one's going to kick off. It's Flatearth, I believe, on the defense. Yes, it will be. And it's going to be Arcane on the attack.
Yeah, and it's an interesting lineup. It looks like Nevix is going to be running that Roadhog. We've been seeing him come out a little more. I saw him a lot yesterday, sort of pop up. It's a hero that I've never been a big fan of, but I can see the potential in him, especially if you have like a Reinhardt or two Winstons, for example, to drop some barriers so he's not just a big punching bag to deal a lot of damage to and build ultimates off of. He's very dangerous if he starts landing those hooks, but I worry about Roadhog. I see him as a punching bag.
Yep, it's easy to definitely, like I said, build ults off of him. Before we do get underway with the game, on the side of Arcane, this is their first time seeing them today. We've got Cruz, Razor's Edge, Ruster, Nevix, Olba, and Sanchez. And of course, on the side of Flatearth, who you have seen before, it's Bromas, Crew, Lynx, Dracaeus, Avantil, and Artier. And here we go, 2 seconds left. We're going to kick off the first map in our semifinals. This is a best of 3, keep in mind. And look at this, they're coming up towards the right side ASAP. They're rushing straight through. This is going to catch them off guard.
Yeah, this is a very, very tanky lineup, and oh my god, Nevix with the ace hook there, just picking off the Zenyatta, brutalized him. This is a really tanky lineup. I mean, this is what we generally see with this map, is this sweep around the corner and trying to take this higher ground before taking the payload. But it looks like the momentum's gone, and oh dear.
No, that was intentional. Crew jumped off intentionally, I believe.
Oh, okay, so yeah, that's to stop the enemy team basically getting ultimate. He gets isolated. If he gets shot down, they're going to get free ultimates off that. So suiciding isn't a bad idea. Especially if he might swap. No, he's not going to swap.
Yeah, I thought he might, actually, because he did that. It's like, oh, you might as well suicide anyways. But no, I think you're actually right, and that's something that you kind of can't undervalue, is the amount of ultimate percent you feed over to the enemy team when you rush in and die. And that's why I say it might be worth to just kind of save yourself. But there we go. It's going to be a charge straight in. That's going to be some good damage done from the backside, as well as the post bomb coming through, and they're completely being shut down. Lynx is just doing work here on this Tracer.
Yeah, and Bromas is just going ham on Soldier 76 as well. I mean, with these big tanky targets, it is very satisfying. Oh god, Artier gets hooked, but manages to get away. Roadhog not able to confirm that kill on the sniper, and isn't able to finish it off. But yeah, Soldier 76 and Widowmaker against these very big tanky targets. Bromas is up and ready to go, Widowmaker's up and ready to go. There goes the wall hack. She now has vision of everything, and now it's incredibly dangerous. But we do see Cruz swapping to Genji.
I like how you pointed out as well there that Artier got pulled in, but didn't get killed. And I think that's a really important thing to keep in mind, because that's the power of Roadhog. You pull someone in, and you instantly kill them. And the fact that he was able to pull them in but not kill someone, not necessarily saying it's his fault, but that's a sign of, like, kind of the Roadhog just, it won't work in this kind of situation. Nevix, he's switching over to Widowmaker as well, trying to just actually get around the Tracer who's going to be chased onto him. That was going to be Lynx. But he's trying to win out in this 1v1 aim battle duel up against Artier, but Olba, he's the man actually close on off, and Arcane looks like they finally might get this payload into that first checkpoint.
Yeah, Olba and Cruz just went up this side flank and went up the side, just doing work, while Widowmaker just locked down that high ground, made it very difficult for them to move around. Nevix is an amazing sniper, but oh god, picked off by the Tracer, of course. She asks what you're looking at and then kills you, unlike the cutscene.
Well, they have been able to double charge straight into each other, and looks like that will be the side of Dracaeus on the defending team to actually defend that one. But they get the payload, yes, they get it across the checkpoint. But what have they accomplished off the back of that? They haven't had that smooth transition that they would hope for into that elbow around the corner to bring themselves into the second checkpoint and then eventually that hanger. So this is going to make things a little bit more difficult because they're basically doing the first battle all over again where they've already struggled so far.
At the moment, there's 4 ultimates up and running on either side. Both sides have the Transcendence ready to go, so I'm expecting an engagement to start fairly soon. Get those popped as they can. It looks like Dracaeus is just standing out there tanking some damage, absorbing some shots, but he's not really protecting anyone. I'm always a bit wary of Reinhardt just standing with the shield up. And there's Transcendence from Crew. Is it going to get too much done? Ruster managed to get caught. Countercharge takes the Transcendence away. And that could actually really open up some damage. There's the bomb. Doesn't manage to catch anyone, but Arthur is doing work on Widowmaker, and Teleporter dropped as well. So that's going to be difficult.
Well, now Crew is trying to chase onto him, though. He's trying to go straight for Artier here, but he just got a little bit deep. He actually picks up the kill. He's actually managed to get that, but he won't be able to escape with his life. So in the end, not really netting too much, just kind of delaying the inevitable, because Artier will be able to get back towards this position to defend in just a few moments' time. But we're now 3.5 minutes in. 1 checkpoint has been achieved here for this attack inside of Arcane, but Flatearth, they've been able to at least hold strong, I'd say. I think the game is definitely in the hands of Arcane if they can break this stalwart defense and somehow manage to get through.
Very dangerous at the moment. Sanchez has sound barrier up. Rasta has his ultimate up. There's the Earth Shadow. It does catch one pass, but there's the counter. When you do use that Earth Shadow, you do lose yourself vulnerable. And Crew's going in now with the Dragon Blade. Manages to take out 1, 2. Can he get more? He's hunting for kills. Can't quite find Lynx. He's trying to get onto this Tracer. Symmetra is also doing a lot of damage. Doesn't manage to get the Tracer. In fact, Lynx turns it around, manages to kill Cruz. Finally, though, the Lucio does go down as well in the middle of that battle. Rasta caught in his zone, surrounded by Tracer. That's just never fun for Reinhardt. And it looks like they managed to clean it up really, really well.
Lynx just had a straight-up field day with the enemy team there. I mean, he stayed far enough away in the beginning, but him up against Rusta, there's just no competition at all. There's no challenge for him. He's able just to completely slow him down. He's actually still going head-to-head up against Cruz. And he's even getting Orbital Harmony out of Cruz. So he's able to help successfully defend. He's been able to be a giant pain in the ass of Arcane, I'd say. As you can see him again, I'm tagging along with him, coming in from the backside, looking for Olba, trying to take him down, eliminate the entirety of that McCree from the enemy team. He does have Deadeye available, and he wouldn't have an opportunity to do this. He's going to be dropped immediately out of Lynx.
Yeah, I mean, every time they push, it just feels like Flatearth are finding these key damage sources, picking them off. Lynx is just doing an amazing job with this Tracer, finding those essential kills, and just dismantling the team from behind, basically. So even if they do lose 1 or 2 people, there's just no force behind that push to really round it off.
Yeah, I have to say, like, he's playing Tracer perfectly. Like, There's ways you can play Tracer and you can be a nuisance, you can be annoyed, you can do a good job, but playing Tracer to the way he's playing it, of getting to the back lines time and time again, taking down Olba, eliminating their damage, taking down Nevix if you can go for it, building ult charge to help zone with his pulse bomb as well. You see them just taking down Nevix right there. It's such a big pain that, yes, we can see Arcane break through and actually push up aggressively, get around that elbow bend here towards the right side, but they don't have the damage to actually pick up any kills, and it's just time and time again they keep hammering away at this. And Lynx just keeps wash and repeat every time.
And that was just a beautiful snipe there by Artem, managing to catch the Zenyatta. Razor's Edge, I do believe, is a sub for Arcane, so, you know, maybe not quite coordinated, but Widow and Widow battling. And also, I do like what Nevix is doing here. He's using that zip line to basically jump high into the air, trying to get an angle over that Reinhardt barrier. It looks like they're preparing to go. Rusta just slowly advancing forward. We're seeing this slow Reinhardt grind into Reinhardt grind. And it looks like Crew firing off the Transcendent, so it looks like they're going to go for this. Reinhardt doesn't manage to catch him with his charge, so they push down. Manages to get the Lucio, though, with the Earth Shadow. And Lynx is just, again, going into that backline, making Rusta's life hell, basically. And I know how it feels, man. I know how it feels when Reinhardt is not feeling like you're getting the support against a Tracer that's just constantly on your back.
And also there's a problem that we have to keep in mind is the entirety of a... Oh, wow, Lynx.
Oh, wow.
Catching out Nevix there. It's a Soldier 76. And why that's so important, because it comes, if it's a Reinhardt v Reinhardt, it's just shield up against shield. Whoever can break the shield the quickest will obviously win the fight, or at least be able to actually force the enemy team to back away. And with the Soldier doing the damage, he's just able to eliminate Rusta's shield, constantly whittle it away, wear it down, to where the point is he's going to have to back off, he's going to have to wait for it to recharge. But we're going to the final attack. There's about 10 seconds left of time. They need to get to this next checkpoint. A good Earthshatter connects Rusta, or Dracaeus will eventually fall, and the ultimate command of Oba, the Deadeye, not going to connect onto anyone, and Lynx is able to secure a couple of kills. Crew even gets one, and this might be the wipe we need to see. Overtime will even be procced. Well, yes, it will. Cruz will get on top of it, but it'll eventually fall, and that is going to be it. That will be successfully defending. And all they need here is to pass that first checkpoint in less than 1:57 seconds, or at least get the second.
Yeah, that was intense. That was a really well played game, and you can see. I mean, this is why I'm on the From Earth hype train, man. They're a really good team. They've just been playing so coordinated, been playing like a team that's been playing for absolutely ages. Basically, they've been playing, not too long. They've been to be. Oh God.
Did that E just hit like 4 people?
That always feels so good when that fire strike goes through the entire team and just tears them in half. But Lynx, 28 eliminations. That's Tracer play to just an amazing standard, top tier play.
I never thought I could get an erection after watching a play of the game, but I did just there. That Reinhardt, oh my lord. Yeah, he charged through so many of them, they just left him. They ignored him.
Yep, I love playing Reinhardt. I play a very aggressive Reinhardt. I'm the kind of Reinhardt that, you kind of wonder, why is he charging? And then you realize, he's in the enemy team killing everyone. And when you get that fire strike that just goes through a lined up team, it deals so much damage, it's ridiculous. You've got to be so careful about that.
Like, the thing is, like, there's a couple aspects to that people don't realize. Like, you can have a charge through, which is exactly what he did. The problem is, if you do that, the entire enemy team can turn against you, kill you instantly, and then move on for the rest of your team. But what happened was, the attacking team of Arcane, they ignored him. They pushed straight into the enemy team, trying to take them down. And with him in the backside, I mean, his E, I don't remember the name of it, is Flame Strike, Fire Strike, whatever. it does, I think, if I'm not mistaken, like 100, 150 damage.
I think it's 100 off the top of my head.
Through like 4 people. That's insane.
I think part of it was, if you remember their team at the start, it was basically, 2 Winstons and a Roadhog. And sure, you can make the argument, okay, well, Roadhog needs to be there and grab the hook on the Reinhardt, because that can basically pull him out of his charge and kill him very quickly. But the 2 Winstons aren't going to stop him. Oh, my lord. No, surely not. Surely not 2 Bastions.
Why not? Well, I would expect a Winston to help out, or a Reinhardt, get on top of the payload, then good luck. There's just no way you're going to break that defense on the payload.
It does look like they're going for the 2-2-2, which is, well, 2-2. Well, no, actually, they've changed off it. They are going for this comp again with the 2 Gorillas and the Pig, basically. That's what I'm going to call it. And it's just a very tanky lineup, but I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to stop, this fast push. If they get wiped, that's it. They're done. And they just don't have that much damage on this defending team. They're just going to purely be relying on close range damage from Nevix and Olba on Reaper.
I wonder if they're expecting... No, they're not in position to expect the enemy team to rush straight through, like we saw Arcane do, to rush into this door, come towards the top side, and then kind of catch them off guard. But with the way... Actually, they have switched over, okay, so we're not seeing the Bastions, unfortunately. They're going for something normal. The double Zenyatta as a tracer, the Genji, the comp that everyone seems to be playing these days, and that no one's really figured out the counter just yet, or maybe the counter doesn't really exist and need to be tweaked. But here we go, the second half of our first map. Currently, it's 0-0 between these 2 teams, but if Flatearth can capture that first point in less than a minute 57, then they will have picked up map 1.
Yeah, and this is kind of...
Oh my.
Oh my god.
Well, it worked out at least for them there, catching out the backline, taking down crew. That's at least 1 Zenyatta now down, but now they have to worry about being out of position and having no real support from their team. Razor's pushed up so far. Vomthil on towards the top side, able to help secure a kill. I think that was over to the Monkey onto Ruster. But it's not looking that good. The payload's moving, and it's only been 30 seconds. If they cross this first checkpoint in less than a minute 57, they will have the victory.
It looks like they're going to do it. I got to say, the team this defending team just had no damage, and they managed to assassinate the Zenyatta, but Widowmaker got a really good snipe on Olba, managed to kill that Reaper nice and quick, and that's it. That's brutal.
Yep.
And then they just managed to clean up, because 2 Winstons doesn't deal that much damage. It isn't that scary, to be honest, and they just spread out and killed them.
Yeah, it's true. They don't really do too much. They're more, how about play of the game? No. No need for that. We don't need to sit there and stall out for the entirety of that one game. But Winstons are good for I guess 2 things in particular I think we can mention. Is that they're good for taking out a squishy target in the back line. A Widowmaker, Zenyatta, Symmetra even. He's also good for putting the shield down to allow his teammates to sit in it or behind it to kind of jump and just kind of juggle himself in between and outside of it to mitigate a lot of damage. But he doesn't do that a lot of damage to like a Reaper in his face. He doesn't do a lot of damage to someone who's getting getting support for him. He's not able to really do that 1v1 that you would hope as a player of him that you can do. The Roadhog, I like the pick. I like Roadhog in general. He just doesn't seem to have found a niche yet in the game.
Yeah, and I think part of what happened there was the 2 Winstons jumped onto crew. They managed to kill that Zenyatta very quickly, but then they were just sort of stuck. And by the time that they could turn around and fight anyone, the entire attacking team had spread all over the place. You had Genji killing people. You had Tracer just running around, running amok, and they just couldn't chase them down, kill them, and just got picked off one by one.
Well, looks like it will be coming into our next map here in just a few seconds, guys. It's going to be King's Row. Sorry, I'm not on screen right now. I have to edit some graphics for or the overlays for the next map. But King's Row, it's kind of become, as quite a few people have been saying, the Dust 2, if you're a Counter-Strike player, of Overwatch. It's the map that everyone plays, everyone knows how to play. And we see, I think, this, if we were to kind of look statistically at all the other maps, I think this is the winner in terms of how many teams can prevent a team from capturing the first point.
Yeah, definitely. This is the map where defenses can hold. Like, we see more defenses on King's Row first point than we see pretty much anywhere. Numbani's fairly up there, but King's Row, just that first choke point through the wall is so hard to break, and you just got to advance onto the point through a corridor of death, basically. And trying to take that high ground is difficult as well when a team is just hunkered down and ready to go. I'm looking forward to it. I like King's Row. It's in my home country, of the greatest of Britons. It's black and, well, dark and miserable and damp, and as Britain should be.
I'm just waiting to see. Hollywood's obviously in LA, but I would love to see like a Louisiana, New Orleans map where it's like
Ooh.
in the swamp and part of it's like in the city with like Mardi Gras happening. That'd be pretty cool. Oh,
That
the
would be.
payload's a Mardi Gras float. Blizzard, hire me. Hire me
Yes.
right now. We got this settled. Yeah, so I don't think we really need to head to a break because we're just waiting for the teams to get back in. Normally we do. No real point though. I was well just keep this one going. So I'm curious about your thoughts on this comp that's come to rise. Like if you can explain to everyone out there why it's so strong. Yeah.
Okay, so why is this I call it the double Genyatta, but there's a lot of variances on it. But basically, the core fundamental is you have the two Zenyatas, you have two flanking units, generally like Genji or Tracer, two Genjis, Genji Tracer, could have two Tracers potentially, and you just attack and attack and attack and attack. And I quite like the comp. I don't want it to be around forever, but this meta as it is now is kind of fun because it's a very high skill comp. Like teams that can play it well really shine with it. And we see that out of IDDQD, like their solution to play against this comp is just to play the same comp and play it better. And that's their answer to it. And it's strong because it basically puts the enemy team on the back foot, and then you just keep breaking them up, and you just have one or two people sat on the payload. You generally have like a Symmetra who can just sit on the payload, not worry about it, put turrets all over it, and just keep pushing it. You open up so much space that you just drive forward. I think if you're looking for answers against it, you've got to look to have a really ace McCree. You've got to have really top tier Soldier 76 play. A really good Widowmaker could perhaps manage it, but I think we'll see it until we see a Genji nerf.
What about double McCree?
Double McCree could work, but again, you're sort of relying on trying to catch these very
Flashbangs.
top tier Genjis.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if Genji needs a nerf. It's not him that makes the comp so strong. I think it's maybe the Zenyatas. It's the Orb of Harmony and the Orbs of Discord. The extra damage you can do to someone and the extra healing you get. I think it's the Orb of Discord, I feel like personally should be changed. It shouldn't be an infinite time on it. It should only last for like 10 seconds or something like that, because it's annoying to characters who can't get rid of it themselves if you're not Reaper, if you're not Tracer, and you can just hit your rewind. I don't know, maybe that, I don't know. I heard a lot of people saying like the Zenyatas are making the comp actually what it is.
Yeah, they're the linchpin. Like that healing, and then Zenyatta can. Like I had a joke a while ago that the optimal way to play Zenyatta is to put an Orb of Harmony on Genji and then go AFK in the spawn. And
Actually, kind of true.
sort of, yeah. I mean, you want to get the Orb of Discord out, but it's partially true. That said, I think it works on Genji especially because Genji has that long period of nigh immortality with the deflection.
All right, well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off our second map here. It's our first half, and we're going to see 6 Hanzos, and I want to see how it's going to look from this angle because it's going to be like fireworks in July, just if you're American. There we go, getting out some spots here, some vision. Are you not in the game? All right, well, I'll have to reinvite you. They did do some damage to Ruster, but not able to pick up a kill, so let me just invite you really quick before this game does fully go. Where are you?
Yeah, I think it's the fact that we were grouped causing issues.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
All right, so on the attack, it's going to be Flatearth. And they're going to take control here of the cinema. And be charging through. RTR does get actually an interesting position here towards the backside. I'm going to tag along with him and see how he does go about this one.
Oh, as I zip towards the point. See, Nevix, oh my god, Nevix is playing Mei. I love Mei on King's Row. She's so good at controlling this choke point. She can deal so much damage through it now. It's incredibly dangerous just to have her sort of blocking people off, trapping team as they try and push through. But it looks like they're going to actually manage to take it. Artia trying to do his best to hold on.
Ruster has to be so frustrated because he just could not do anything to RTR, just hammering away from the backside, just constantly being that nuisance, and no one really spread off to deal with him. Lynx, able to 1v1 Nevix in close range. That might potentially open up the actual point since they don't have a Reinhardt or don't have a tank, but Cruz coming from the side gets taken down as well. Lynx popping the headshot. But finally, the Winston Ruster going to be able to return. Not going to be on the Reinhardt anymore. And they're looking to take control of this little sider here. Drakaeus even being the one to charge straight forward as Ruster's finally there to back him up.
And I was watching Bromas there. He was doing something really clever. He was tucked away in the back, just waiting, and then waited for that Symmetra teleporter to go up and just immediately killed it in Symmetra. So that's going to block off any reinforcements, and I think they've got this point.
100%. And it'll be at about a minute and 40 seconds through that they're able to secure it. Arcane, man, this is only a best of 3. They need to put up a good, solid defense if they want to have the hopes of dragging this into another map. And let's be honest, with the way they've been playing, I'm not sure if we're going to see it. At least, maybe it's not them the way they've been playing, but Flatearth had just looked like a well-oiled-up machine.
Yeah, Flatearth they've been doing such good work. Lynx is just on fire today. He's playing this Widowmaker with just brutal efficiency. He's got some beautiful headshots off. He's just controlling so much space, occupying so much attention. And oh my lord, Bromas with the double bomb there, picking off 2 targets. That's going to just open so much space. This payload is going to just move and move and move.
Oh yeah, you said speaking of headshots, I just actually tuned in for him to pick up another one or two, and again, Arcane just been able to charge straight through on this Genji, punish them, and there's just nothing that the side of Arcane have been able to do about him.
Yeah, I mean, this is this comp's strength, right? They're trying to get back to the payload. They don't have a teleporter up, no way to get back there. And with the Widowmaker as well, you can't get back to the point without getting jumped by Genji, Tracer, and then shot by a Widowmaker.
I would probably break my keyboard if I was playing at this composition right now because it's just so difficult. Even using, seriously, the sound barrier out of Lucio this early on, it's not necessarily going to be like the most ideal thing because the rest of the team is here on the payload just waiting for them to finally go on the attack, and yes, they're finally able to make their way through it, but they're still, again, being cleaned up time and time again.
Oh, Nevix. Oh, Nevix. Managed to land the Blizzard on the payload, did manage to stall for a little while and snipe off one target, but just didn't have the support from the rest of the team. I also noticed that Symmetra put some very cheeky forward turrets up. That's going to help her get that ultimate up super fast if she needs to replace that teleporter, and could make this just an unstoppable push as the 2 Zenyatas and Symmetra just sit on the payload.
Oh, we're 3 minutes and 20. Yeah, we're 3 minutes and 20 seconds through. Double Monkey going to be coming through. Tag along with Ruster and see how he's going to pull this one or do anything. As a Transcendence coming through, there's just no possible way a Monkey can burst through that damage, but with the ultimate on, he's actually able to knock away 3 men, has the backup of Cruz there, but they've both fallen as well. As Cruz able to pick up the 2 kills, Ranger forced to use a Transcendence of his own to just survive. And even then, RT are still there, Bromas is still there, and they're just taking them down. There is no chance for those 2 to survive, for Olba and for Razor, and the payload will make its way in towards the finishing moments.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the 2 gorillas and the Roadhog, sorry, coming out, but he does have that Orb of Discord on him, and life as Roadhog is hard, but life as Roadhog with an Orb of Discord on you is just impossible, especially against this team. So they are managed to get out there. We do see Cruz doing work on the gorilla, trying to knock the team back, but Crew coming in with the Tranquility, keeping the team alive. Lynx cleaning the area, and oh my god, that ultimate just won them the game. Well, won them this half.
4 minutes and 16 seconds. I definitely can say that might be the game. That's one of the fastest times I've ever seen on King's Row. And you also have to keep in mind, like I saw there at the end a little bit, I mean, maybe a little bit flustered, so you can kind of understand. But they had both monkeys go in, right? That's fine. They both dropped the bubble at the same point, which is okay. It's not ideal. It's not great. And then they pushed past the bubbles. They didn't actually use them, the shields, to mitigate damage. They didn't, kind of hop in between them and, outside of them. They pushed straight past them. They immediately got taken down. There was no chance. I'm not sure what was necessarily going on there.
Yeah, and that was just a textbook, use of the double Genyatta, or, well, I'm going to keep calling it the double Genyatta, even though it's always played now with a Tracer, just because that's easier to say than the Genyatta, Tracer, Zenyatta. But yeah, they just opened up so much space, kept tearing into that backline, and Arcane never seemed to get on the right foot, basically. They never managed to stall for long.
Well, they've got 4 minutes and 16 seconds to cross the finish line.
That's fast on King's Row. That's very fast on King's Row.
Very. That's even fast on, like, Volskaya and Hanamura. I mean, I've seen times a little bit faster, yes, but that is going to be a tough feat for them, and if they want to have a chance to move through into the grand finals where potentially Melty or Quake Fortress is waiting, they've got to come up big here. They need a clean first take, and they need to transition that into the Death Alley and further without really falling too far behind.
Yep, and it looks like we're going to see just a standard defensive lineup. We're seeing Lynx again on that Mei. He really likes this pick on this map, I've noticed, and I like it too. I love Mei for controlling that first choke point by the statue. She can just wall it off. She can break teams apart. You can sort of find angles to spam your shots through, and they're so fast now and so deadly. If they land a headshot, you're going to feel it.
I think I found the next hero for Overwatch.
Ooh?
You ever notice the statue with Zenyatta? Who's the little girl?
I don't know. Could be.
You ever play League of Legends at all?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Annie.
Annie. Oh no.
Maybe.
Oh, no, not free stuns for days.
Maybe. Actually, there's only like one stun in the game.
Yeah, that's McCree.
I mean,
there's Roadhog as well.
Yeah, as I said, there's like kind of Roadhog and there's kind of Reinhardt, but I don't really count those as a stun. But, I don't know, that'd be interesting. But either way, guys, second half, Arcane up against Flatearth, both making their way through into the semifinals in a fairly easy fashion. And it's going to come down to this. Arcane have to come back and finish in under 4 minutes and 16 seconds if they do want to take it to that third map of Hollywood.
I noticed the chat just called up to me trying to name the comp, and apparently Hexagrams calls it Double Orb, and I quite like that, so I'll also call it Double Orb. So we are seeing a Mercy. Now, I am a self-proclaimed Mercy fanboy. I really like playing Mercy, and I think she's vastly underrated. So I'm curious to see what this Pharah can do. Cruz going in, finding a quick kill on Bromas, just blowing him up, and oh dear.
Yeah, actually they fell into the grenades, or the martyrdom, that we'll call it. Well, he was able to pick up the early 1v1 kill. Drakeus again going so far, so deep by himself. The wall even coming in, just trying to delay as long as possible, just to allow them to facilitate a clean kill onto him. And another wall coming out of Lynx, who's just going to charge straight forward into him, trying to freeze them down, completely locked in this small corner. And Sanchez and Ober, the last two alive. I'm not sure if they can come out with this victory of this one, but now Crew is one of the last men. And I think they will be able to hold on to this one, and we'll have, you know, quite a few kills on their side. But Crew has got to be careful of those turrets, son.
Oh my, I can't believe that Crew's still alive. Like, he's managed to juke his way out on this Lucio, managed to get out, he's dealing damage out to Russ's back. But I mean, that was a real that's what we qualify as a slobber knocker. That's just a terrifying brawl in close quarters. But it looks like this Pharah Mercy combo is actually paying off. They're dealing a huge amount of damage. They're actually pushing forward. Oh god, Lynx with an amazing shot. He's just landing these perfect hits with the new Mei fast attack damage output, and she's really doing work here. Well,
Samber has been able to come through, as well as the ultimate here out of Lynx. It's going to slow down, I think, actually none of them. It won't unfortunately catch on to them, as they're able to just barely escape. The payload will finally be captured at 1 minute and 17 seconds. They are going faster than their counterparts here in that first half. This is a pace, if they can keep up, they might be taken to that third map.
Yeah, and it looks like they're playing this aggressive forward style again. They're sending their damage dealers forward to deal some damage. It's fairly safe with Nevix there on Mei. She can open up a lot of space. If she puts the wall and covers your retreat, if you're in trouble, it can help basically by the payload side. But oh god, she just caught a grenade, and that's not happy for Mei.
No, I mean, she might be resistant to a lot, but a grenade to the face is definitely going to hurt quite bad. And even Bromas has been able to push through, trying to hold down this Death Eye, try to make it actually work for him with the help of Lynx here on that Tracer yet again. Reptile going to be coming through. Not really sure how many people connect onto. He's looking for Razor, and that'll be a Mercy going down. No potential for that revive to happen. And the rest of the team is going to just collapse on top of them, just to making sure this payload won't move.
Yeah, and in the back there, Cruz was looking for a good fire ultimate. Didn't manage to catch anyone, just got picked off by Lynx back on that Tracer, dealing a lot of damage. And it just looks like they're not going to have the oomph to really get through this. Russa caught with the flashbang, takes a lot of damage. He's just forced to back away now, and there, down he goes. And I think Sanchez is just going to get picked up as well. The Cruz overextending a bit, has to be careful. Does dodge the flashbang, pull back, but oh god, Oba just managed to pick him up with that right click. The fan shot, taking him down.
He's just almost able to escape that one. But unfortunately for him, he does fall. But 5 minutes on the clock. We're now 2 minutes and 40 seconds through. And it looks like this actually, even if they push the payload here with 3 people, won't be able to get to that next checkpoint quicker than Flatearth has been able to do. Saber going to be coming in. That is an offensive one. And Earthshatter as well, catch on to quite a few, but Lynx Bromas able to pick up a couple of kills. Their own Lynx again is going hugest man on this Tracer, is doing so much work, and they successfully repel the attack. And this is going to be a lot of time off the clock. 4:16 is the time that they have to beat, and now they're only a minute away from that.
It's nearing the point of, I believe it's called mathematical improbability, where you can't push that payload that fast to get to the end. And I think they have one more push, and maybe they can just squeak it out, but it looks like they have to go now. They really have to go, and they need Olba to just get that McCree ult out and get 5-6 kills. There goes the charge from Russ. It doesn't manage to land the hit. Bromas knocking him around. Now Russ is just isolated, getting picked off, and down he goes, and that's gonna be it.
That ideally should be. We're now 3 minutes and 40 seconds in. They've got, 36 seconds left. Even GG's being called out. And Flatearth, they will pick up a 2-0 victory here in the Best of 3 in the semifinals and make their way into the grand finals, where I actually don't know who is waiting.
Ooh, can I find that quickly? See, reload the page. Who is waiting for them? It's not updated yet, so we don't know. It's either Quake Fortress or Melty.
All right, so I guess we can show the brackets really quickly, even though they haven't been updated, just for people at home who want to see. You can also type !bracket in the chat if you do want to. We do have, like you saw, Flatearth move on to the finals. Quake Fortress up against Melty still going on, which is funny because they started their best of 3 before ours did, and they were at least a map through. So probably into a map 3 between them.
Yeah, I'm guessing they just had longer games. We had some fairly quick ones, some pretty decisive matches, to be fair. Like, I was not expecting it to be that one-sided.
Well, that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles, I guess. I mean, I'd like to see a little bit more, obviously a lot closer games, but when it comes down to it, I think we can both agree Flatearth were definitely the better team today. I think we're going to head to a short break. When we come back, we'll be kicking off our grand finals. It just comes down to whenever MLT do finish. Maybe we can get into a map 3 with them if they haven't started yet. But guys, make sure you actually follow the channel here on Twitch, because if we ever do any at all Overwatch casts, it's always going to be here on ESL_Overwatch. You can follow us on YouTube, Mitch and I, where we make competitive videos over at youtube.com/c/overdriveow. You can follow myself on Twitter. You can follow OAM on Twitter and also on YouTube. A lot of links for you guys to follow there, and also follow ESL on Twitch at ESL Overwatch for any news and any upcoming tournaments or any upcoming special announcements that we might have. So guys, we're into that short break. We'll be back with our grand finals.